Hi, I'm Connie.arana, Social Media Director at dentsu.
And I'm Jill.laise, Data Strategy Director at dentsu.
By now, you probably heard about the terms Cookieless Era. What does it mean for us as advertisers? It basically just means that we need to adapt. We need to adapt to changes like iOS 14.5. We need to adapt also to how legislations are going around to protect users' data. But what that also means for us is that as advertisers, we have more challenges actually understanding what our users are doing, more challenges tracking data, and affects directly the return of investment that advertisers have for their advertising campaigns. And also, what do we see in our current campaigns? We see smaller pools of targeting and retargeting. We also see some challenges in optimization, less data, less possibilities that we can do changes and optimize our campaigns in a better way. Luckily, some platforms like Meta are thinking along with advertisers, providing solutions like Copy Conversions API. Of course, this is not a whole solution for the whole cookieless era situation. However, it helps advertisers to get more reliable data and understand in a better way the signals that are generated by the user's activities.
So how does Copy actually work? There's two main methods that Copy uses to restore data in a cookieless way. The first, and this is mandatory, is server-to-server tracking. And what this means is that we're taking the power out of the browser. So we're taking it off of the device, and this is traditionally where data would have been processed. And instead, we're moving this data processing to a server. So it could be your own server, it could be a cloud server such as AWS or Google Cloud. And by adding this extra layer of server-to-server tracking, we're already seeing that we can capture 10 to 30% more data than if you were only using your client-side tagging alone. That's already a huge win. Now, the second method that Copy relies on is the passing of hashed customer information. And this one is optional, but highly recommended if you want to get the most out of your copy. And the way that this works is that if a user checks out on your website and they pass along their email or their phone number, other information about themselves, this hashed information can be transferred via your server, which is what we've set up in step 1, server-to-server tracking, and that can be passed directly to Facebook's server. And once it gets there, then Facebook can compare the list of converted users to the list of people that have been served the campaign and make sure the right campaign gets credit. So our clients at dentsu are already seeing the importance of the Facebook Conversions API. For example, Deutsche Telekom has recently implemented Copy with support and partnership from dentsu, and we already see a large improvement in the amount of data that we're able to capture. This has been able to help them prove trust in the method within the organization and given them more momentum so we can continue on to a bigger, larger Copy implementation together. So if you're ready to take the next steps, there's 3 main implementation possibilities for how you can actually configure Copy. The first is that you can go directly through a Facebook tool called the Facebook Conversions API Gateway. This is a plug-and-play tool through Facebook, and they can help you get set up with your AWS container, which is where the server-to-server tracking will be. That will enable your Copy. The second option is to do a direct integration. So this is working directly through your IT teams, your development teams, and this can be configured on your server directly without necessarily using AWS or any third-party solutions. And the third and final option, and this is the one that we've seen to be the most popular amongst our clients, is the partner solutions. So almost every MarTech solution out there now has some sort of a Copy integration, which means that if you're using Shopify, Magento, WordPress, there is an option within there to configure the Copy. And the one that we've seen to be the most popular is using Google Tag Manager, also called GTM. So essentially you set up a server-side container with GTM, and then you can plug this directly into the Facebook Copy, and then you've got your implementation.
If you're ready to start your Conversions API implementation, feel free to contact your client manager, your social media advisor, or any of us. We will be more than happy to help.